Just thought I'd do a little short video for anyone putting a Polycrub up. Great bit of kit. Managed to get some help for doing the first. Well, all the other stuff is in place really. I forgot to mention. With us, we had a real problem because we had to dig up all the concrete first. As you can see, it's a big concrete yard. So dig up all the concrete, smash it up and take it away, and then we dug holes in it for the posts, which you'll see in the instructions, which you can see there. And we put in half the amount of concrete to take the posts. They were a bit tricky to get exact, and we made the mistake of not putting a line in. If you put lines in first on the insides of the posts, it works. I think it would work better. We ended up doing it back to front, doing it after we'd got the posts lined up more or less. And the tops of the posts are really crucial, as you'll see in your drawing. The tops of the posts actually set the rest of the pipes in place. Now I did notice that on one of the pipes, or one of the posts, no, one of the pipes, the blocks that they put in and mark on the side here, which is very helpful. They're all not very accurate, but you can see they do work. And I did notice that one of the hoops was a little bit low, so whether the block wasn't very accurate in the bottom of that one. We managed to get away with it, but it does show a little bit of a bow in the roof. Hopefully it'll all pull together once it's on. Once it's done. So so this next bit, I had some help for the first sheet, which was good. I marked the end. I marked these ends where they go. Here, can you see that? Further down there, all the way around. Got it on. We put some battens on to hold it down in 3 places, and then we used a template, which is this thing. Well, which has the holes in and the right spaces for the first sheet. The holes are slightly different for the first sheet, but the second sheet, I thought I haven't got anyone to help me, so me and my wife Barbara did it, which was quite interesting because I'll just show you briefly. I don't need to go on too long. The mechanism of putting a batten on the bottom. That one's like that, and putting some ratchet clamps just screwed onto that batten, and the straps over the top. So we just placed it roughly in place, placed the sheet in place. It hung up, obviously it was up here. So we put the straps over, and then Barbara pushed one side, I pushed the other, and I put a batten on to hold my side, while we put a batten on this side and straightened up the straps. So now I'm in a position of gradually pushing that end in with the contraption that they show you on the stuff, on the booklet, which I've got a few more over here. I've got another one, which is just one of these gadgets which are made up, just blocks with a spacer the thickness of the acetate, and blocks to go around the battens that are on the Polycrub. So you can see one up there just being sat there nicely. I did make a clamp for underneath it, here, underneath 2 blocks, but the problem is that you can't put it on if there's a pipe there. So I can do it later, but I don't know if I'll need it. It will hold it in place. So that's enough for now. Yeah, hopefully you feed it through. So you locate it on the bottom there, on the bottom of the join. Put the end in, and I've used knives, or butter knives, just to get underneath here, and gradually tighten it up with the blocks up there. I mean, push it, and then gradually push this end into the H section all the way round. As you can see, it is a bit tricky, like it says in the book, but it does work. And thankfully the both sides of the sheet, both edges of the sheet, have a rounded bit, which does help to some degree, but there's also a bit of a lip on it which catches. Anyway, okay, hope that helps. Bye.